Two teams with vastly contrasting fortunes so far in the RBS Six Nations campaign. It's been plain sailing for Stuart Lancaster's England team with 2 wins out of 2. The Grand Slam still very much on their radar. Wholesale changes though for France after their worst ever start to a Six Nations campaign. In the first couple of minutes, England started like a top-of-the-table team. France were penalised by South African referee Craig Joubert for being off their feet in the ruck. And Owen Farrell, who's been kicking with great authority since the championship began, fired it between the posts to put the home side 3-0 up after just 2 minutes. But it wasn't one-way traffic, and within a few minutes France had levelled matters. Courtney Lawes, starting his first ever Six Nations match, was penalised, and Morgan Parra settled the visitors' nerves with a well-struck kick. 3-3 after just 5 minutes. In a tight first half, France were giving as good as they got, and there was little to choose between the sides. But England edged back in front on 27 minutes. With the advantage, Tuilagi almost broke through, only to be denied by a last-ditch French tackle. And when the ball eventually went dead, they were brought back for the penalty award, and the ever-reliable Farrell did what he does best. 6-3 for England. Then a moment of sheer class from Clermont's Wesley Fofana, one of the tries of this year's championship. Fofana received the ball inside his own half and took off. The attempted tackles were weak to say the least, but the French centre still deserves huge credit. Magnifique would be one way to describe the try, a wonderful solo effort from Fofana, converted by Parra for a 10-6 lead. 6 minutes before the break, Farrell narrowed the margin to just 1 point. Domingo penalised for killing the ball at the ruck, and Farrell wasn't going to miss from there. That left it England 9, France 10 at half-time. Into the second half, England got their noses back in front after 47 minutes. The French penalised for bringing the maul down, and Farrell's kick was good to make it 12-10. The Saracens' number 10 really is deadly with the boot. There was still little to choose between the two sides in what was a very exciting game, and then in the 54th minute, a turning point. The French seemed to have the situation under control until the boot of Tom Wood kicked the ball into the path of Manu Tuilagi, and the man from Samoa could hardly believe his luck. There'd be no stopping him from close range. Farrell failed with the conversion attempt, but England now led 17-10. Straight from the restart, England gave France a chance to get back into the game. Freddie Michalak was on as a replacement for Trinh-Duc, and he squeezed his kick just inside the post to narrow the gap to just 4 points. England 17, France 13. The only French win at Twickenham in the Six Nations was in 2005. Could they repeat it in 2013? At the other end, Farrell was showing signs of a hamstring injury, and he was soon replaced after that kick by Toby Flood. 8 minutes from time, England were applying the pressure, and France coughed up yet another penalty. Flood wasn't going to miss from directly in front of the posts, and he restored the 7-point lead for Stuart Lancaster's side. That lead was extended to 23-13 when France transgressed at the ruck. And again, Flood made them pay. The French losing their way in the second half. Their worst ever start to the championship getting worse. The Grand Slam is still on for England. It's Italy next for them. Final score at Twickenham, England 23, France 13.